Welcome back to Mac Talks Football, and Manchester City have dropped points yet again against a Brentford right at the end, and the game finishes a 2-all. I predicted this result, so let's go ahead and talk about it. Where do I start? This game, it is Manchester City. This is their season, to drop points left, right, and center. And this was one yet again one of those games. I know where when I was making a prediction, I said Manchester City are gonna like playing against Brentford, because Brentford are not gonna sit back. They are gonna not gonna defend. They are gonna come out and they are gonna play their attacking football, because Thomas Frank likes to play like that type of football. And it was like the perfect prediction. If I'm being quite honest with you, Brentford came out, they played their attacking football, and they went toe to toe with Manchester City. They did not show them any respect, and I've been saying this consistently. The aura of Manchester City, that they had is completely gone. Sorry about that. It is completely gone this season, and every team now, the respect that they had, it is completely out of question. Nobody really respects them. Every team thinks that we can go ahead and we can defeat Manchester City, and I think that is the biggest reason this season why they are dropping so many points. And yet again, the never give up attitude that Brentford have, that came into play in this game as well. It was a really exciting and a good game of football. If I'm being quite honest with you, both teams really going at it. I mean, that first half, it was quite a seesaw. If I'm being quite honest with you, both teams, it was an end-to-end stuff. Both teams creating chances, getting close, hitting the crossbar. Both the goalkeepers making good saves. But in the end, it ended 0-0, and we go into the second half. Second half comes in, and I will give credit to both the teams and both the managers. They kept on going. Like, the intensity of that game was, for the entirety of 90 minutes, it was right at the top. You couldn't, if you were watching that game, you wouldn't really would have felt bored, even if you were a neutral. If I'm being quite honest with you, it was a really good game. Second half comes in, and it continues right like it was in the first half. Both teams really going at it, and then Manchester City get that first goal. Phil Foden, I mean, a huge moment for him. He has not scored for a long time. He finally goes ahead and scores. That goal is a big thing for him. Manchester City take the lead. And I will, at this moment in time, I will think, this is the perfect opportunity, and the perfect scenario, I would say, that a lot of the teams, when they somehow go behind Manchester City, especially in the previous season, when they used to go behind Manchester City, they used to shift gears and change tactics, and they suddenly started to defend. And they would, because they would have they used to think that Manchester City are now gonna demolish them. But this season it has not been like that, and Brentford are a team, as like I said in the preview, and I have said before, they don't really sit back. They go, they go toe to toe with you, and they went toe to toe with Manchester City in the second half as well. They kept on going. They kept on going, creating chances, and they came close so many times. We say Moamo. I mean, they could have easily had, both of them could have had a brace in this game, but they were just not able to finish those chances. And Manchester City go ahead and they scored their second goal. So Savinho brings in the pass, and it was Foden pounces on it, and it becomes 2-0 right at the 78th, 79th minute. And you're thinking, job done, Manchester City. And you have got all the 3 points. But Brentford, as I said, with no give up attitude, they continue to poke Manchester City defense. They know there are problems in Manchester City defense, and they finally go ahead and get the result. The first goal comes in. Visa is the guy. He scores the first goal, and Brentford are right back in it. They have about 10 minutes to play, 8 minutes to play with the extra time, and that extra time comes in handy right in the 91st minute. Brentford go ahead and they get the corner, and the ball comes in, and a great set piece routine, and they get the goal, and it becomes a 2-all. Man City again, they drop the points. I mean, it has been the story of the season for Man City. They go in some of the games they don't really turn up, and in the games that they turn up and they play good football, and they take the lead. You really think, in a normal season, Manchester City 2-0 up with 10 minutes to go, it is a game done and dusted. But now this season it is not the case, right? And they have dropped so many points this season, whether it's the Premier League, whether it's the Champions League. They're just not really able to hold on. I mean, and they could have easily lost that game. I mean, that the last each goal and clearance from Akanji, from Bournemouth shot, they could have easily lost that game as well. They're so poor defensively this season. The midfield is not there. Even when they play very good. Even today, I mean, maybe Foden did score the brace, but I think Kevin De Bruyne ran the show. They should be really grateful that he is on that pitch. If I'm being quite honest with you, they are missing Rodri so much. But if De Bruyne would have been injured at the same time, I think Man City would have been destroyed completely. Again, they dropped the points. Yet again, another 2 points drop, and I don't really know what is going to happen with them this season. Whether they are going to finish in the Champions League, that is a big question mark. You cannot really sit here and say that for sure they are going to somehow finish in the in the top four. I really don't think that is a certainty at the moment, because there are so many teams, as I keep on saying, as I said after the Chelsea game as well. There are so many teams fighting for those Champions League places. I think that is going to be a big test, and if City continue to draw points like that, they are going to be in a big trouble. Guardiola, I don't know what is happening. Really felt that after the last couple of games when they were starting win those games, I really thought that they have put this behind them, but then today again they have shown those problems that they have had for 2-3 months, and I think it's going to be a big long hard season for them, and they're going to have to fight tooth and nail to get into those Champions League places. Brentford, on the other hand, I think full marks to them. I expected a performance like that from them, and they have really given me that performance. I knew they were not going to sit back. I knew they were going to go ahead and they were going to attack Manchester City, and they were going to play their attacking football like Brentford play, like Thomas Frank likes to play the football, and they lived up to that. It was a really good performance defensively and offensively as well. I mean, the first goal, again, it was a great pass from Kevin De Bruyne, and credit to Phil Foden the way he pounced on it. And even the second goal, I mean, they could have gone better in that second goal, but I think they were really good overall. And I think Thomas Frank, I said in the prediction video as well, I still think they have a big chance to qualify for Europe. I don't think they might be they might not be able to qualify for the Champions League, but for the rest of the for the Europa League or Conference League, I think there's a big chance that Brentford can qualify for those leagues. The problem with Brentford is like they draw too many games. They should be winning a majority of the games. Sometimes the decisions don't go in their favor. Sometimes things like happen. What happened today, like the goal line clearances and stuff like that happens with them. But they should be winning more games. In my opinion, they draw too many games, and I think that is the reason why they are not in the. I say that they might be able to qualify for those European places, but I think they are at the bottom of the pile in my opinion at the moment. But again, a great performance from Brentford, and a great game of football, and another one of my predictions coming true today. I think it was a really good day for me, if I'm being very honest with you. I hope it continues today and we win the derby. I would love that. I would love nothing more than that, than to beat Spurs, but more on that later. But for today's game, this game, a great game of football, and a fair result in my opinion. Let me know what you guys thought of the game in the comment section below. What do you think is City's problem? Is it fixed, or do you think the problems are still there? And do you think Brentford would be able to qualify in the Europe? And do you think City are going to win the Champions League next season? Let me know in the comment section below. Like the video, share it as well, click on the notification bell, and of course subscribe to the channel. We are trying to get to 500 subscribers as soon as possible, so please go ahead and subscribe and help the channel out. Until next time, bye bye.